Hi, thanks for tuning in to another video. If you haven't already, then please do subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe and share before the end of November, then it could be you who I'm delivering £500 in cash to on the 1st of December. In this episode, I'm going to be attempting to fix the pre-existing fuel leak and also the one that I managed to create in the last episode. Wish me luck. So I've got all the bits here. That's the fuel pump and fuel filter, the new Goodrich hoses, and that should be the rest of the nuts and bolts that I couldn't get from the first supplier. They had the banjo bolt and a couple of washers. So let's have a look at this again. Yeah, so there's the housing where we took the fuel filter out of. That's the accumulator. That's the fuel filter up there. And there's a hose that goes up round the back into that, another one that comes from up there, and so basically I just need to make sure I have the right ones in the right places, obviously. So what I'm going to do is just get them out, and I mean, I need to take both lines off that fuel filter anyway, so I think I'll probably start there. We just shove a little bit of WD-40 in there to try and help loosen the bolts. So yep, we'll start with that and then just crack on with the rest of it, and hopefully by the time it's reassembled it won't be leaking. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I've kind of got things mocked up. There wasn't enough washers, which I was kind of concerned about. I wasn't sure that there was going to be, because I got how many the listing said I needed, but don't think it was right. Or I was going to say I've used too many, but I haven't, so I checked the diagram, a few diagrams. So I went to the world's most expensive car parts store earlier on and got a box of washers. And I went and got some screws as well, because if you remember, the heads on the other ones were a bit of a nightmare to get out, so I definitely don't want to put them back in again. So I've kind of got it mocked up, and now that I have plenty of washers and the right screws, I'm hoping to just basically get it properly all joined up, and then first I'll turn it on so it primes the fuel pump and just see if there's any leaks. And if that looks okay, then I'm going to start it. Obviously just leave it up on the ramps. I'm going to start it, and we'll have a look and see if it's holding. I did get that sort of special join-in paste sealant for fuel, so if there are any leaks, what I might do is just take the fitting that's leaking back off and then just put like a really small amount of sealant on that. But if I can avoid using it at all, then I'd probably prefer to do that. So we'll see how we get on, but I'll let you have a look at how it's looking just now, and then we'll do the moment of truth after this next time lapse and see if it's all gonna stay tight and if it's not gonna leak. So hopefully you can see it there. The pipe at the back was pretty straightforward. The one at the side there, just the one you can see on the right hand side with the yellow label on it, that wasn't bent to the right angle. I tried about 6 million ways of getting it to fit, rather than just thinking I'll just bend it, because I thought maybe I was being stupid and didn't really want to bend it for no reason, but definitely wasn't quite at the right angle. So I actually looked back through the footage of the old one before I took off, and I could see where it was supposed to be. So yes, I had to bend that, and it now will go the way it should go through the right part. So it should be just a case of connecting it all together. The bits that are connected, I've not tightened them up properly. I was just kind of trying to mock it up, get everything in position, and then like kind of tighten it all down once I know that everything is fitting the way it should. Sometimes if you tighten one thing down too much, it makes something else more difficult to connect or whatever. So yeah, so that's all looking good. So I'll tighten it all up and then we can prime it first, and if that looks okay, we can try starting it up and we can have a look together and see if it's leaking or not. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Nope, didn't hold it long enough. Neutral. Okay, that sounded okay. No obstructions at the front. Well, let's have a look and see if we can see any fuel. Nope, don't see any signs of any leakage so far. Obviously that's not a huge amount of pressure going through it yet, especially when it's been bled dry. I guess that it might take a little bit to pump the system up. Better open the door a bit. Can't really put the extractor fan on or you'll not be able to hear anything. That should be good. Probably do with giving it a wee bit of gas, so let's put this down here for a second. Okay, that's definitely leaking. Wow. No wonder it took so long to start. Damn. It's just pouring out the bottom there. Okay. Safe to say there's a fuel leak. So that's not ideal. I don't know whether maybe I've not put the seal on quite right on the fuel pump or something. It looks just like something like that. So what I'll do is disconnect the battery again, and I will take the fuel pump back out and just have a look at where the seal's sitting, because it's slightly different from this one. This one's kind of got a little lip here, and then the seal kind of sits behind it, but the other one's a little bit different. But I did double check the part numbers and it should be the right one, so I'll pop that out. And I mean, it basically looks like the seal's supposed to go behind this little filter here, which makes sense because obviously fuel's coming up to here, and that's where it should seal in. So yeah, I'll pull it off again, and I think what I'll do as well is put some of the special sealant in there as well, because it is sealing against plastic that is kind of old. So well, we'll try that and we'll see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, then, and I've not put anything the wrong way around, then it might mean that the actual problem is the plastic, the housing, which is a pain because you can't get them anymore. So anyway, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it, and see how we go on. Alright, so I had it off and I've put it back on again. I'm not sure that I had the seal on exactly in the right place, so that could have been part of the problem. Well, definitely could be part of the problem. So what I've done is I kind of moved the seal a little bit, pushed it right home again, as far as it'll go, and made sure that the screws are nice and tight as well. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough petrol in the car to start it now, because there's quite a lot in here. But I think what I'm going to do is just give this a quick wipe, and I think I'll try turning it over again and see if it's still leaking. If it is still leaking, I can't see any damage to the plastic housing, so basically what I'll do is I'll take the pump back off again, and I'll let it dry out and let the plastic housing dry out, and then I'll put some of the special joining compound that's that's for that purpose. I mean, you can actually use it to fix leaks, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it properly, if the fuel pump was leaking. So yeah, I'll fire that on. I mean, I'm guessing the old one could have been leaking because the rubber seal was degraded. Obviously they kind of harden over time and then they don't really do what they're supposed to do. So we'll try it again and see how we got on, and if I need to take it off again and put some of that sealant on it, then that's fine, and hopefully that will resolve the problem. Because aside from that, I might be looking at another housing or something, which isn't good because you can only get them used, so it's kind of pot luck. But anyway, we'll let's give this a wee wipe quickly and try starting it again, and hopefully don't set myself on fire or anything. The upside is that so far none of the the new pipes or the actual joints that I've put on are leaking, so if anything was going to be leaking, I kind of thought it might be one of them. But anyway, let's have a go. go outside before I die of fumes. Well, there we go, that's pretty awesome. To be honest, I was expecting it would still be leaking. Not to be pessimistic or anything, but just because that's where the old pump was leaking, so you know, it might have been indicative of a problem with the actual casing rather than the pump, but it probably was just the rubber seal, you know, because it was coming from exactly the same point. So that's a real result. I'm really happy about that. It's I suppose it's been a little bit of a mare, just bending pipes and having to get new ones, and seemingly having all the washers and then not having them. But as problems with cars go, you know, it's not been huge. So what I'll do is I'll get some petrol, shove a fuel can in the back of the black one that I'm still driving just now, and I'll stick some more fuel in it tomorrow, and then what I'll do is I'll leave it overnight. I'll run it up again, I'll check again, make sure that there's no signs of leaks anywhere, and if that's all good, I'm going to check everything that I've had off. Going to check all the bolts, make sure they're all tight, obviously especially the rear axle bushes and things like that. I'll drop the car down and just let the suspension and everything settle. Then I'll jack it back up, check the you know, check all the bolts again, make sure everything seems okay, and if that's all good, then we can get cracked on to the indicators not working and the hazards not working, which I'm really hoping is just a fuse, because if some of them were working but not all of them, then that might be more difficult. You know, it could be a switch or something, which isn't difficult, but the fact that there's, you know, none of them working would tend to suggest to me that there's no power going to the system at all. Doesn't necessarily mean it's that, but hopefully we're lucky and it's just a fuse, because that would be a real win, and it would mean that I need to have a quick read over the checklist again, but it should mean that the car's ready to go for an MOT, and that's awesome. So anyway, so that'll be the end of this episode, and hopefully it's not too long or too short. But in the next one we'll do the retesting of the car, just running around the other bits and pieces, tightening things up, investigating the problem with the indicators not working, and just quickly checking over everything else. And if that's all good, then we'll get it in for an MOT. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you do enjoy the videos, then please like, subscribe and share, and that will be appreciated. Take care.